All right, guys, I'm putting it out there right now. I want to pull John Brzenk.
Where you going, buddy?
But I'll talk more about that later. I'm going to give you my thoughts on King of the Table 8.
Warning.
If you've not watched King of the Table, go check it out and then come back to this video.
All right, so I didn't do a prediction video for King of the Table 8 because I kind of want to do the review instead. But Matarangi, Heather Morris versus Lars Roblekin, they pulled a lot in the past. Lars had always came out on top with his bent wrist press. I expected to see more of that today. Obviously, Matarangi's much bigger, stronger, has had a pretty good run recently. Lars has been out of commission for 4 or 5 years, but I'm a huge fan of his anyway because I watch all of his Instagram photos. The guy lives an amazing life, but he is ridiculously shredded. I think he came in like 235 pounds. So obviously, we're expecting the bent wrist press. Well, round one, it looked like Matarangi just smashed him in a top rope. Lars got an elbow fight. He kind of got a get out of jail free card with that one. Well, then he dives in with the bent wrist press, gets the strap, and then lo and behold, this dude's got an open top row, semi-Kings move, whatever, and he puts the brakes on him. Looks amazing. I was super impressed. Watching Lars transition from an open top row, Kings move style, to center control, complete dominance, pin, press, whatever he was doing. He was just controlling the match. Reminded me so much of Devin. Like it looked like he was watching Devin Lett arm wrestle. So apparently the time away from the table has not hurt Lars at all. Very impressive performance. Look forward to seeing him again soon. Sergey versus Chance. I looked at the setup, and the first setup, it looked like Sergey's hand was going to be too strong. And that's what we saw. You saw Chance not getting the setup that he wanted. And I think what he needed to do was just get the straps early. Because by round 4, he was down 3-0. Round 4, when he gets that stop, he looks amazing. It looks great. Now, Sergey still had a lot of arm left. And I did not think when they restarted everything that Sergey was going to be able to do the bent wrist press the way he did and go through Chance's arm, because I thought Chance's arm would hold up a little bit more. But I think under a different start, different set, Chance get a little bit more. That would have been a harder match to finish. But Sergey looked amazing. Sergey looked very good first 3 rounds against Matt Mask as well. So he looked good all the way through. Endurance held up. Chance, I don't think there was a huge gap necessarily. I just think if Chance would have been able to get to his lane, to his power, I think he had a very good chance at that match. Just Sergey kind of too strong of a hand, got him out of there early. The next match. Now, listen, I drink the Kool-Aid from Australians. I believe Ryan Bowen's going to beat everybody. Lachlan looks like a freak. Lachlan came into this thing. His arms are enormous. His forearms are crazy. His wrists look so thick. But Crosby is a bad, bad dude. So right before the match started, I was asking Rebecca who do you think's going to win. She says Lachlan. I said, honestly, I think Crosby's going to beat him. Crosby looked amazing. And for 215 pounds, I mean, he was giving up like 40 pounds, damn near 20 kgs, right? Lachlan's transition to a press to first round, and then Crosby pinning him almost to the tabletop. Very impressive. But then watching the match when Lachlan gets the pin and seeing Lachlan perfectly time when Crosby lets up to reset to he transitions to press, that's a very experienced move. I mean, listen, Lachlan Adair is a very, very strong human being, and he's becoming a very, very good arm wrestler. So I think we're going to see a lot of him in the future, but you got to give props to Crosby. Like he said, he top rows well against guys who hook. He doesn't top row well against other top rollers, but his hook and his speed were on point. I was very impressed watching him. Matt Mass versus Rombath. Now, Matt getting back on the winning side of things is really good. I mean, he's an exciting arm wrestler. He's very enthusiastic. He puts on a show, but I hated to see that for Rombath. I kind of thought that was going to happen. I didn't think Ron would have the speed to stop him. And I think the longer lever of Matt put him in a position, even if he wouldn't have hit so fast, he'd have been a little bit too much for Ron to overcome. I'm just a huge Ron Bath fan, so I hated, obviously, seeing him just in a match where he really didn't have any purchase. There's nothing he could have really done to change up the outcome of that match. So Matt came in very prepared. He said he was really worried a little bit because it'd been so soon since his match with Sergey. But that probably looked like the best for him, Matt Mask, or Ron Bath was just tailor-made for him right now because it made him showcase and look really, really good. So congratulations to Matt. Hopefully we see a lot more of Ron Bath. Moving on to the main event, John Brzenk, right? So John and I have been trying to set up a match for a while, back and forth, either Monster Factory, different team. The talks have been in for a while. A lot of them were before the injury. And even since the injury, we've discussed the match quite a bit. After he lost to Todd, I didn't know for sure if people still wanted to see it, but I don't think John, maybe John had a bad day, but I think it's really they were just training partners, and Todd knows how to pull him. And Todd is very, very, very strong. You cannot underestimate Todd. And John Brzenk is such a hand control style arm wrestler. He does have an amazing arm. Everything else, he's complete. But Todd doesn't have to have his hand. And even in that match, he's adding a lot more pronation to his back pressure and side pressure. So I think he's even a bigger threat than he has been previously. But seeing John come into this match, when I first saw him lose to Todd, I thought, well, he's probably going to lose to Alexi. But when I saw them together, I thought, oh, I think John's going to win this. And to see John, especially with this being Point John 2, right? The 19-year since the first outcome, they'd only arm wrestled that one time at the Lottie Church World Cup. So seeing John be able to do what John does was insanely impressive. Insanely impressive. I love seeing Alexi. Like, Alexi's another person I'd love to arm wrestle. I don't think I'm 116 this morning, so obviously I could pull him into 115 weight class. I don't think 105 is in my future. I probably could cut because I'm eating a lot of calories and I'm training hard, but I don't want to be a 105 guy. I want to be 115. I want to be a super. I just want to be the strongest I could be. But I wouldn't mind pulling Alexi at some point. But watching John do what John did today gave me nothing but inspiration. John Brzenk has been the guy. I mean, think about this. 1993, Nags Head Beach, North Carolina. John Brzenk won the 210-pound class. Rombath took second. I took 30, 20 years old. That's the first time I ever got to grip John Brzenk. And to date, I only have one right-handed pin on him in competition. So I would love for John to be my first match back. I can't say he will be because I was looking at King of the Table December 9th, and I know he already has a vacation plan, and I'm pretty sure he's pulling like 4 weeks earlier, East versus West. But I don't know. I want that match to happen. I think a lot of people will count me out. I think this new version, this healthier version, this better range of motion, I feel like I got a second chance at arm wrestling. I still think the best is yet to come. But who better to arm wrestle? Listen, I don't want to arm wrestle a John Brzenk that's not in form because I have such respect for him that I want him to be at his best when we do it. The John Brzenk that arm wrestled today looked very, very good. So, I mean, that's a big ask. He looked really, really good today. I would love that challenge. I'd love to be able to have that pressure of knowing that my first match back or a match coming soon would be me and John Brzenk, the greatest of all time. Just to share the stage with him, share the table with him. I'm just a fan, right? But yeah, I think King of the Table did an amazing job. The event was spectacular. I'm just excited to get back on the table. Tell me what you guys thought. I mean, do you guys want to see me and John Brzenk? Do you guys think John's going to murder me? Do you think I'm going to come back and just, my plan is I got a hit list and I got a lot of people I want to check off. So I'm going to put in the work and hopefully the matches get set and we get to find out. Congratulations everybody that competed today. You all warriors put on a crazy exhibition of arm wrestling. Bavoda, please don't quit. I hope we get to see a lot more of you. Somebody book me and John Brzenk. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell for notifications.